welcome back to my channel. I know I've kind of been MIA for the past couple weeks, and most of you who follow my Snapchat or my Instagram know that Titus passed away. Oh my god. Thought this would be a little easier. It's been a couple weeks now. I remember when I first got Titus, he was 4 pounds. He like fit in my hands like this. He was just so fragile, and I was so afraid to just take him home because I don't know, when you think about getting a new dog, you think like, oh, they're gonna be like, you know, big enough to where they can hold up their head, and he was so small. He was 4 pounds. I brought him home. I YouTubed every possible way you could take care of a dog because I wanted to make sure I was doing everything right. And I taught him how to do doggy tricks. I made sure that he had an amazing life. I remember one time I had him in his crate and I had a playpen around the crate, and I came home and he had like rolled all in his poop. So he had like his little pee pad, and he had went to the bathroom, went number 2. It was all over him, and I mean, that happened probably like 15 times, I'm not gonna lie, because if I'm gone for over an hour, you know, he would just go to the bathroom and roll around in it. Sometimes he would eat it. But that's just how puppies are, you know. They don't know what to do, and you have to teach them. And the past year, it's like I've had the most amazing experience just being a mother to the most perfect dog. You know, we would take walks every day, and it was just like, it made me so happy just to see him happy, and he had such an attitude. He, you know, would not walk over water. Like if there's water on the ground, he would, you know, just be so sassy about it. He was just like me. Like, he was really particular. He was a little bougie, and he was just a perfect dog. Like, I remember just looking at him and thinking like God blessed me with such an amazing, beautiful dog. I would walk him and he would get stopped. Like every corner he would get stopped. People just loved him. He was so loving. Like he didn't dislike anybody. If you know, got down and gave him a hug or, you know, pet him, he would just lick you, he'd kiss you. He's just like the perfect dog. I remember the first time I went out of town and I left him with my dog sitter, and I just had the worst nightmares about, you know, just terrible things happening to him. I was so worried, you know, but I would always come home and he'd always be okay. And, you know, that's just a part of being a pet owner. It's like you have to, or I guess even being a mom in general, you know, it's like you worry about them and they always come back and it's always okay. And on December 23rd, I found out that Titus wouldn't come back. He was at the dog sitter, and he's been with this dog sitter for a year, his whole life, you know. Ever since I got him, like 2 weeks after I got him, I had to go out of town. And she's a professional. Like, this is what she does. She watches dogs, she trains them. He was playing with the same group of dogs he always played, and, you know, she went inside for a second, came out, and he was on the ground. So she had no idea what happened. She rushed him to the vet, and he passed away. And for 2 weeks, I had no answers. I had no idea what happened. And there was no blood. There was nothing. There was no sign of injury. So I was thinking like maybe he had some sort of condition that I didn't know about. You know, and my dog sitter, like my gut tells me that there wasn't anything to be suspicious of. I got the call about his autopsy results, and she volunteered to do that. She paid for the autopsy. You know, she had no idea what happened because she literally like turned her back, went inside, came back, and he was on the ground. So when the vet called me, they said that he had 2 things happened. First, he had a ruptured liver, which caused him to bleed internally, which is the cause of his death. He had some scratches on his body, a bruised rib, and the vet couldn't say like this is exactly how he died, but he said he was either hit by a car or he got into a fight with another dog. There's, you know, she lives on a farm, there's no cars around, and if he got hit by a car, my dog sitter would have told me, you know, she would have told me, because that's something that happens to dogs, you know, they run, they get hit. But this was, you know, the vet told me, it's like, this looks like, you know, if I had to guess, I would say he got into a fight with another dog. So that's just what I have to live with. And, you know, Titus, when he would play, he thought he was a big dog, and he would be aggressive sometimes. And so I think, you know, one of the dogs just was a little bit rough with him and maybe pinned him down. Like, I've seen Titus play with dogs where they'll like pin him down. You know, that's what dogs do. They're animals. And maybe was just a little too rough with him and, you know, got him right in the liver, and it just caused him to bleed, or they got in a fight and the dog just got aggressive, and, you know, that's all I know is there's a traumatic injury to his side and scratch marks. So, you know, I have to, that's what I have. It's like he got into a fight with a dog. Another thing that the vet told me, which I had no idea, was that Titus had an enlarged right heart valve. The right side of his heart was enlarged, which means that he wouldn't have lived a long life anyway. So, you know, it's like, what do? Do I go after my dog sitter, you know, for not watching him for the 3 seconds or 4 seconds she looked away, or a minute? I mean, I think if I was watching a few dogs, I wouldn't, and, you know, they've been around each other for a year now, I would think it would be okay for me to, like, go to the bathroom and come back, you know? So my heart tells me that this was just a freak accident. If there was something that she did, then I just have to put it in God's hands and believe that karma will come back to her. But I really don't think that that's what happened. I really think this was like just a freak accident. Dogs being animals and just being too aggressive with one another. And it's crazy because I look back and I remember training Titus, like, every day, like, being consistent with him, training him so that he could be a very, like, just a good dog. I'm training him, I'm, you know, just trying to give him the best life. And while I'm doing this, what I didn't realize was that I'm teaching him how to be a dog, how to go to the bathroom outside and not in the house. And meanwhile, he was teaching me how to love. So I really believe that he was put on this earth to open up my heart, because I didn't know how to love before Titus. I didn't know what it meant to be so much in love with something until I got Titus. Which is why, like, the past few weeks have been so hard for me, because I feel like I lost the love of my life, you know, and it's just been the hardest thing I've ever had to deal with. And I want to thank all of you for the love, the support, the texts, the DMs, the snap messages. It's hard to read them. I don't want to read them, but I know you guys are thinking about me, which is why I wanted to make this video, because I wanted everyone to know what happened, and you know, because it's like hard for me to get these questions every day, like, what happened, you know. Will I get another dog? No, I can't. I don't want to say never, because never is never, but I can't, like, have my heart broken like this again. You know, it's just too much, and I really thought, like, I would never get back to being myself, you know. When I got the call from my dog sitter that Titus had passed away, I was on vacation, And, you know, I was surrounded with a lot of people, so I was able to just like not even think about it. And I feel like if I wasn't there, it would have been a little bit harder, you know, because having people around you that love you, just having people around you helps, you know, the grieving process. The worst thing you could do is just be by yourself. It really is. So when I returned from my vacation, I was home for a couple days and I was getting very depressed and sad and just crying. Like everything would make me cry. I was crying all day, every day. And my friend Harush invited me to go to Miami, which was really sweet. So I went to Miami, was able just to like get back to being myself, and now here I am. You know, I'm obviously still grieving, but I'm starting to understand that everything happens for a reason. There's a purpose for everything. And maybe Titus's purpose was to open up my heart so that I can love, so I can give love, receive love. I just have to believe that. And I also think that with his heart condition, that if he had like a heart attack or something happened where I had to come home and find him, I feel like it would have been 10 times worse. You know, if I had to come home to my dog, you know, dead on the floor, it would have been even worse. So I just have to believe that there's a plan for everything, and you know, Titus will be in my heart forever. I'll never forget him. The past few days I've been able to go every day without crying. That's why I thought I could make this video and get through it without crying, but I just want to say thank you guys for the support, the love. I really appreciate all of you. And I just have one request because it's just hard. If you guys could just not send me pictures of puppies telling me to get another one, because it's just like it's too soon, it's too hard. I can't get another puppy right now. And I hope you guys understand that. And I know you guys don't mean harm by it, but it's just too soon. If I ever get another dog, it'll probably be like years from now. Because this is just like heartbreaking. Like I've never had my heart ripped, you know, and crushed like this. So even like guys that I've dated, relationships I've had, I've never had heartbreak like this. This is like real, like someone's just squeezing the life out of my heart. And time will heal, and I am taking this one day at a time. But I just want to give you guys an update on my life, and if you follow me on Snap but maybe missed a few days, you probably didn't know that Titus passed away, but he did, and I'm gonna miss him piping it up. I'm gonna miss him creeping on me from across the room. I'm gonna miss hearing him snore. I'm gonna miss just walking down the street with him. He was my best friend. Like it was just me and him. So, you know, that's gonna be the hardest part, is seeing other dogs I used to play with, just our everyday routine. And you know, I know he's with me, like, you know, I feel that he's with me still, but it's gonna be hard, and I can't keep crying. So I just want to thank all of you guys for all the support, the love, the prayers. It doesn't go unnoticed, and I know if Titus was here, he would be so happy. He would feel the love, and that's it. You know, thank you guys, and I promise my next tutorial is going to be a makeup tutorial, so I haven't done that in like a month. So stay tuned for that, and thank you guys for all of the support and the love. want to do with your life? Be in the crate.